Which man?
Tall man. Tall man. That man that the Peterson has saved from the thugs. ऐसे क्या मदद पड़ती.
Please tell me if I'm audible in between because when my voice is breaking up, then I'm rejoining.
Sir, now your voice is audible.
Yes, I know that.
Sir,
I
your
was
voice is
listening,
not
but
cutting.
when I was speaking for 2 minutes at that time, I was not audible. You were speaking.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday I got to that Sherlock Holmes was sitting on the sofa and his friend came there and Sherlock Holmes is examining the hat, and the hat was on the back of the wooden chair. It was hanging on the back of the wooden chair. Sherlock Holmes said to his friend that I am happy that you are over here. I want to discuss the results with you. I want to discuss the results of the observations that I have made from the hat. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Here. We can hear you easily.
Okay. Sherlock Holmes showed that hat to his friend, and here his friend's name will you will know later on. We have said it is author Conan Doyle, but he is the author of the lesson, and his name in lesson is Watson. His name is Watson. His friend. So Sherlock Holmes said to his friend that I have made observations from this hat, and then he discusses the result of that observation with his friend. Who has that hat and the goose to Sherlock Holmes? Who gave that hat and goose to Sherlock Holmes?
Peterson.
And who was Peter? Who was who was Peterson? Hello.
The commissioner of the hotel.
Peterson, Peterson was the friend of our Sir Conan Doyle and Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. Yes. But here Conan Doyle is not the name in the lesson. His name is Watson. Okay.
Watson.
So he was the friend of Holmes and Watson, but he was also a commissioner. Commissioner, I had explained, person whose job is to stand at the entrance to a hotel. So when Peterson was walking on Tottenham Court Road, he saw that a group of thugs attacked a tall man, and Peterson went there to save that tall man, but they ran away. The tall man also ran away, and that group of thugs also ran away. But that hat and the goose was left. So Peterson took that hat and goose, and he came to whom?
To Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. Then Watson asked Sherlock Holmes, why did he not return the hat? Whose background voice is this? So Watson asked Holmes, why did he not give the hat to the owner? Why did Peterson not return the hat to the owner? There, I had explained it. Will
Yes, sir.
read. Yes, read from here.
Kasse. That's it. My dear fellow, there lies the problem. Although the small card tied to the bird's left leg says it is for Miss Henry Baker,
Mrs.
Mrs. Henry Baker, and the hat identifies its owner by the initials HB. But there are some
Initials.
initials बोलियो
You said initials.
initials बोलियो initials HB, but there are some thousands of Bakers and some hundreds of Henry Bakers in this city of ours. It is not easy to restore lost property to any one of them. What then
Okay.
did Peterson do?
So what happened? See, did he not return the owner? So Sherlock Holmes' friend is asking to Holmes, why did he not give the hat and the goose to the owner? Then Sherlock Holmes explained that that is the problem.
The real voice is not coming.
Identity card. What was that card called? For Miss Henry Baker. That goose was there, that bird. On that left leg of the goose, there was a card where it was written for Mrs. Henry Baker. And the hat identified its owner. Means on the hat, it was that HB was printed. HB means what?
Henry Baker.
Yes. On the hat also HB was written. On the goose, Henry Baker was written. But there are some thousands of bakers. So in
Yes,
London,
sir.
there are thousands of bakers in London, and there are hundreds of bakers whose name is Henry Baker. So how will they identify whose lost property is this? Whose hat is this? Because there are hundreds of Henry Bakers in London. So how to identify that whose HB, which Henry Baker is this? Then what did Peterson do? Now Watson is asking Holmes. Then what did Peterson do with that hat and the goose? Yes.
Peterson brought them here instead. I retained the hat of the unknown gentleman out of curiosity while returning the goose for his family dinner. Then what clue could you have to this identity? Only as much as we can deduce from the hat.
Okay. So Peterson brought them here instead. So whom did Peterson give the hat and the goose?
Sherlock Holmes.
So Sherlock Holmes said to his friend that Peterson brought it here instead. Means he brought that hat and the goose to me. He brought it here. He gave it to me. I retained the hat of unknown gentleman. Retained means to keep. Sherlock Holmes said that I kept that hat of that gentleman, a gentleman whose name means whose name we don't know, means who is that man we don't know, out of curiosity, means he was very curious. So he kept the hat. What about the goose? Did Sherlock Holmes keep the goose with him or only the hat?
Only the hat
Yes, and he gave the goose back
to
to
Peterson.
Peterson that you can eat this goose with your family Christmas evening. You can have the you can enjoy this
Party.
goose for family dinner. And hat he kept with him. Then what clue could you have as to his identity? So now Watson is asking Holmes that what is the clue? How will you identify that whose hat this? Only as much as we can deduce from the hat. So Sherlock Holmes said that we have to deduce means we have to find out. We have to find out only from hat that who is the owner. Deduce means arrive at by reasoning. When you arrive at something, when you have to a conclusion after reasoning, after doing a lot of calculations and after doing a lot of observations, when you come to a conclusion, that is called deduce. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
can they
sir.
find the hat? Can they find the owner of the hat just by looking at the hat, by examining the hat?
No.
How is that possible? Really, Holmes was he serious? Let us see. Yes, read further.
I was sure Holmes was joking. He asked me if I could gather any information on the man who wore that hat. I took the tattered object in my hands for inspection. I could find nothing extraordinary about it on notifying the owner, except it had a faded lining of red scale and was cracked, dusty and spotted in several places, which the owner had tried to patch up by smearing them with ink. The owner could be any one of the hundreds of Henry Bakers who lived in London.
Okay. So first, Watson, that Holmes' friend, he thought that Sherlock Holmes was joking because it is not possible to find out the owner of the hat just with that hat. How can you find out who is that person? Who is that Henry Baker? So he thought that Holmes was joking. But then Holmes asked his friend that if he can collect any information on the man who wore
Sorry,
the
your
hat.
voice is cutting.
Sherlock Holmes asked Sherlock Holmes asked his friend Watson, "Can you collect any information on that man? That whose hat is this? Can you collect any information on that man?" Sherlock Holmes asked for the help from his friend. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then what happened? I took the tattered object in my hands for inspection. So now who took the hat for inspection?
Watson.
Yes, Watson. Tattered object. Tattered object means here hat. Tattered, as I said, means in bad condition, torn, not in good condition. It is like battered and tattered, almost same. So that was tattered object. Sherlock Holmes' friend Watson, he did his hand for inspection. I could find nothing extraordinary to notify the owner. But when Watson saw the hat, he could not find anything extraordinary. There was nothing such hat, except one thing he saw. What was that he saw? There were faded linings of red silk. Red color linings were there. They were faded. They had almost gone. The hat was cracked from some places. What was it? Cracked. It was dusty, full of dust, and it was also spotted in several places. Spotted मतलब वो पता है धब्बा, like that dot dot spotted. It was spotted, and the owner had tried to patch up. Whoever was the owner of the head, he had tried to patch up by smearing them with ink. Tried to patch up means सी देना, बुनना. Smearing. Smearing means or cover them. Owner had tried to cover that cracked head. The head was torn and cracked from some places. So owner had smeared them up with the ink. means he had covered that X and that tone places in the hat with the ink. Understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So this is all what he saw from the hat, और उसको कुछ नहीं मिला. The owner could be any one of hundreds of Henry Bakers who lived in London. So now Watson thought that it is not so easy because there are hundreds of Henry Bakers. There are there are so many Henry Bakers in London whose name the names with the same name Henry Baker. There are so many in London. How to find out whose hat is this? But Sherlock Holmes, will he find out?
Yes, sir. सर वो तो आगे पता चलेगा.
Okay, read.
I can see nothing, said I, handing it back to my friend. On the contrary, Watson, can you can see everything, but you fail to reason from what you see. You can infer from this hat. My friend started listening. The man is an intellectual, and as he must be large, judging by the size of the hat. He must have been wealthy and would have fallen upon difficult times of late, as the hat is an expensive one, and is tattered now as the owner is unable to afford to buy a new one. He has tried to patch it up, which suggests he is a man with self-respect. The hat has collected brown dust on in it, which shows that it had been hung up indoors most of the time. It is a man who leads a sedentary life and goes out little. This hat, with a Vickers accumulation of dust upon it, shows that his wife has ceased to love him and does not bother him going out in such a state.
Okay. I can see nothing, said I, handing it back to my friend. Now what happened? I can see nothing. Who said this sentence? To whom?
Watson,
To whom?
Sherlock Holmes.
Yes. Watson said to Holmes, I cannot see anything. Means I cannot find anything extraordinary from the hat. On the contrary, be opposite. Wait, Watson, you can see everything, but you fail to reason from what you see. So Sherlock Holmes said to his friend Watson that you can see everything, but you are not getting the reason. What you see, you are not seeing it properly. You don't have that observation. You fail to give the reason. You don't understand what you see. It is very important. You can see the head properly and you will know. Then pray tell me what is that you can infer from this head. Then Watson asked Sherlock Holmes, okay, then if you can find out anything from this head, if you have found out, then can you tell me what do you infer from this head? Infer means conclude. Conclude from evidence. After having evidence, finally you come to conclusion. That is called infer. So Watson asked Sherlock Holmes, tell me, what do you find out from the head? Because Watson did not find out anything strange. Watson found out only these things. That it had faded lining, it was cracked, dusty, and spotted, and the owner had tried to patch up by smearing them with ink. Nothing extraordinary. Then Watson asked Sherlock Holmes, "What can you find out from the head? You tell me." My friend started listing his deductions. My friend means Sherlock Holmes, because this whole lesson author is telling us. Author का friend कौन है? Sherlock Holmes. And here author's name is Watson in this lesson. So Sherlock Holmes started listing his deductions. Deductions means his observations. Sherlock Holmes ने क्या notice किया? Examine करके वो magnify से. That all he is telling us. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes.
of you. So this paragraph is very, very important in the lesson. Sherlock Holmes, what did you notice? See, when you see the old hat, you will not notice so many things. We are normal people. We are not detectives. But Sherlock Holmes had a sharp observation. उसने सिर्फ हेड को देख के क्या क्या पता लग गया? about that owner, that is most important thing. See, Sherlock Holmes ने head को examine किया and he saw all these things. The man is an intellectual as his head must be large by judging the size of the head. See, intellectual means very creative, very intelligent person because the head was of large size. तो वो जो man था उसका भी head large size का होगा, right? It was an
Yes,
old
sir.
theory. In the old times, people used to believe that people, those who have larger, those who have big head, they have large brains and they are very intelligent. People used to believe in past. So the head size was very long, very big size of the head it was. So first thing that man is an intellectual, he is very brainy, very creative. He must have been wealthy and would have fallen upon difficult times of late as he had head is an expensive one but it is tattered now. So एक तो क्या पता लगाया उसने that the man must be wealthy means first he was rich but now he is not rich because the hat is very costly but now the hat is tattered it is in bad condition but the owner of the hat has not bought new hat. He has patched it up. He has tried to hide the places where it is torn from and he cannot buy a new hat. So now he has fallen upon difficult times. And before that, he was wealthy because the hat is costly. You understand or any doubt? What did you understand? Tell me.
Sir, no doubt.
Then what did you understand? What did you say? What did I say? Tell me.
So you say that the past people were thinking that who have the large head, they have who have large head, they have large head, and who have large head, they have big brains, and they are so intelligent.
But whom is he talking about?
The man,
And what else? He was and now he is not rich. How can you?
because he had not buy a hat, a new hat, so he is not rich now.
But the hat was costly.
Yes, sir.
So he was rich. He was richer in the past. But now he has tried to patch up. Like clothes are
Yes,
torn, we
sir.
don't buy new clothes. We patch up the old clothes. We sew them. So that shows us. So
Sir,
the yes,
sir, only total 6 people are only there.
mm,
All of them gone.
1, 2, 3, 4, only 4. No problem in this. So
No problem.
first he said that the man was intelligent man because the size of the hat is very large, so he has a good brain. And he said that the hat was very expensive. But now the hat was very expensive, so the man is also very rich. So he has bought expensive hat. But now the man has fallen upon difficult times. Means now the man is okay. वही cycle थी उसकी. He was very old hat. So now he is not rich because he cannot buy a new one. He has tried to patch it up with the suggest that he is a man with self-respect. तो उसने head patch up की थी. Means wherever it was torn, he had sewed it up. So that shows that he was a man with self-respect. When your clothes are torn and you sew your clothes from that place, that shows your self-respect. You have a dignity. And that hat has collected brown dust on it, which shows that it has been hung indoors most of the times. And that on that hat, what was there? It was dusty, brown color dust was there. What? That hat was used very less. You know, when you hang your clothes for a long time and you use it less, the dust will accumulate on it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Why others are not answering? Why all others are not answering? Hello. Why are all others not answering? Who is listening to me? Tell me.
Sir, I
Hello.
am listening.
Sir, me too.
Yes, sir.
The hat was very dusty. There was a lot of brown dust on the hat. Means the hat was hung up indoors most of the time. Most of the time, the hat was not used. It was hanging behind the door. So that Sherlock Holmes said that hat was used very less because it was very dusty. He is a man who leads a sedentary life and goes out a little. And one more thing, Sherlock Holmes said that man lives a sedentary life, means he does not go out much. ऐसा कैसे बोला उसने? How can he say that the man did not go out much? He lived a sedentary life. This had with weeks accumulation of dust shows that his wife has ceased to love him. And the hat was very dusty. There was a lot of dust that shows that his wife has ceased to love him. Ceased means stopped. Now his wife does not love him anymore and does not bother him going out in such a state. That his wife does not take care of that man, and that man wears this dirty hat and goes out in this condition, but his wife does not take care of him, of his clothes, so his wife does not love him anymore, so the man is wearing this dirty hat and going out. All these things Sherlock Holmes found out about the owner of the hat just by examining the hat. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Only one student understood, I think.
Yes, sir.
What? Yes, sir. Sherlock Holmes examined the hat. Sherlock Holmes examined the hat. And what did he find out about owner? क्या क्या ओनर की क्वालिटीज पता चला उसको?
He is intelligent and he has his own self-respect and doesn't go outside most of the time.
Just by
And his
examining the
wife
hat,
doesn't.
just by examining the hat, Sherlock Holmes found so many details about that man. Can you do it? Hat को देख के पता चलेगा किसी इंसान के बारे में. Sherlock Holmes found out. See, just by examining the hat, he has never met this person before. So much details he found out examining the hat. So you just imagine how sharp his observation skills are. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Read further. Who will read?
Yes,
Who
sir.
will further?
Sir, lecture પૂરો
Read further.
થવા આવી ગયો છે.
No problem. Read.
Okay, hello. All the buses movement, Peterson rushed into the room, dazed with
What? Precise movement.
astonishment.
Precise movement.
His sight movement. See here, sir. See what my wife found inside the goose. He held out his hand and displayed upon the center of the palm a brilliantly
Scintillating.
scintillating blue stone, rather smaller than a bean in size.
Okay. At the precise moment. So when Sherlock Holmes and Watson were with each other, who came in that room with surprise,
Watson.
running?
Peterson.
पीटरसन, वॉटसन तो था पहले से शेरलॉक होम्स के साथ.
जगह को आता ही नहीं है.
Sorry, sir.
No problem. Sherlock Holmes was talking with Watson. दोनों तो बात कर रही है about the head. At that time, Peterson, remember that commissioner? He rushed into the room
Yes, sir.
with with surprise. He came running, and Peterson had only given that hat to Holmes. Remember, और goose लेके गया था.
Yes, sir.
So Peterson came rushing with astonishment, with surprise, excitement, fear. See here, sir, what my wife has goose. When they were eating the goose yesterday, for they cut the goose when they were going to eat the goose. At that time, Peterson found something inside the goose. What did she find inside the goose? And Peterson showed the thing in his palm. It is in the palm. What was that? Brilliantly scintillating blue stone. Smaller bean inside. क्या था वो? Scintillating what? Brilliantly means extremely shining blue stone. Smaller
Yes,
than
sir.
a bean inside. You know how small bean is? वो grain कितना छोटा होता है?
Yeah, sir.
Smaller than that also. उसके जितना ही small. Brilliantly scintillating blue stone. Peterson showed to Sherlock Holmes. And where did he get this from? Where did he get this from?
From the goose in the goose. It was in the goose.
Inside
Inside
body
the
of the
goose.
goose. Yeah, the body of the goose. तो अंदर कैसे चला गया? Goose ने खा लिया होगा? Who do you think?
Sir, वो
It's
तो नहीं
very.
पता.
It is not possible that goose will eat that. Straight. Read.
Yes, sir. Sherlock Holmes set up with a whistle. This is treasure trove indeed. I suppose you know what you have got. A diamond, sir? A precious stone? It's more than a precious stone. It's the precious stone. Not the countenance of Morca's blue carbuncle, I said.
Okay. So Sherlock Holmes sat up with a whistle. When Sherlock Holmes saw this blue stone, shining blue stone, he was very alert. He was surprised. Then what did he say? This is treasure trove indeed. Trove means collection of treasure. It is treasure which is there in your hand. It is collection of treasure. I suppose you know what you got. Shall I ask Peter, you know what it is? You know what is there in your hand? Then Peterson said, it's a diamond, sir. It is a precious stone. Isn't it? Then Sherlock Holmes said, it is not a precious stone. It is the precious stone. Can you explain what is the meaning of this conversation stone here? It is not a precious stone. It is the precious stone, said Sherlock Holmes. Means what? Tell me.
One
Let
and
me check
only.
your grammar. Yes, exactly. Very good. Who said that?
Sir, Madhubar.
Zaki.
Zaki.
Madhubar.
Very good. See, article use किया था पहले. A precious stone. Sherlock Holmes said it is not a precious stone. It is more than that. It is the precious stone. Means one and only. When do we add the when there is nothing like that? कि जैसा उसका इसका जैसा कुछ नहीं होता. Sun, the moon, like that. So Sherlock Holmes said that it is the precious stone. Means no such stone in the world which is there in your hand. It is only one and only one. You know what it is. You know the name of that. Then who said? Now who is speaking? Who is this?
Watson.
Yes, Watson spoke in between. Not the Countess of Morcar's blue carbuncle, I said. So Sherlock Holmes was talking with him. In between, Watson spoke. I think that I hope it is not Countess of Morcar's blue carbuncle. Carbuncle means a bright jewel. Countess of Morcar. Countess of Morcar is the name of the queen. तो ये क्वीन का है वो स्टोन. Is it the stone? It is the carbuncle of the queen, because that queen's carbuncle, that queen's jewel, blue color jewel was stolen. That was given in the newspaper few days back. So Watson thought that is it the same carbuncle which was stolen from that hotel, which belongs to the queen? But if it belongs to that queen, who stole it? How did it come inside the body of the goose? So many questions are there.
Sir, the man has stolen.
Which
The man who was taking the goods to the home.
the hotel was beaten up by the thugs.
Yes, sir.
This is getting very interesting now. You have to find out. It is a big mystery. See, there will be a big trail. Sherlock Holmes will be after it now because Sherlock Holmes has got a case to solve now. पहले तो उसको सिर्फ
So this is a real story?
yes. Sherlock Holmes को पहले सिर्फ हेड का ओनर फाइंड करना था, but now it was very important to find out that Henry Baker, because Henry Baker will only tell us that how did this precious stone which worth crores of rupees came inside that goose, right? Now, if Henry Baker was knowing, would he leave that on the road and away?
No.
वो भी एक question. So Henry was not knowing. Maybe he was innocent. You know what will happen? ये precious stone कहाँ से निकला?
Goose में से.
Goose. और goose कहाँ से आया?
टॉल मैन के पास से.
Henry Baker था ना वो. That tall man.
Yes, sir.
अब हेनरी बेकर किसी और का नाम देगा और वो फिर किसी और का नाम देगा और फिर किसी और का नाम देगा. इट विल कंटिन्यू. स्टिल फोर पीपल विल कमिट and Sherlock Holmes will finally reach the root cause of this. It is very scary. Just see the episode as well. But for that you have to attend all the lectures if you want to enjoy and understand the story.
Okay, sir.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sir. Bye, bye, sir. Tata, sir.